All right, welcome. Joining us. Thanks so much for Group 9, Session 32. You all can say your name if you want. That's fine.
Oh,
I wondered why he paused. I was like, he's waiting for it. He's waiting for it.
Nobody. Okay.
Nah,
All right.
we'll behave today.
Okay, so we did some investigation in particular below after we had a fight that was left with a little bit of bad taste in our mouth, given that the monstrous creature that is Ulissa has magic not only to go invisible, but also to create illusionary duplicates of themselves and to teleport via plants. So they are showcasing high aptitude towards arcane or natural magic. And they also did not want to take a fight like that, it seemed. They wanted to get away from that. Even though they were insinuating eating you and killing you, that sort of thing, they didn't do so. They actually ran. So the investigations of Lance, they yielded 4 different things. You kind of had a gold wedding ring, you had a bracelet of charms, you had like a necklace with a silver locket in it, and so the locket actually has like a portrait, right? And then the one thing that came up to the Commander Remar Luna was the silver ring of a priest Dumley Goldbelly. Was something that the Commander Remar Luna had recognized in the 4 items that you investigated and covered below. And those items were almost like kept in books that were a little bit hollowed out, almost like keepsakes, right? And the books themselves had names which had something to do with the item itself, maybe even the name, perhaps. Now, Baxter's bag of holding, that was looted, quote unquote, right? So we didn't really go into the specifics necessarily of what you got, just the 3 general things. You can probably figure out, I think, after this night, which is we're kind of going into a long rest, that Baxter had indeed a cloak of displacement, which is what the cloak is. And so I'm just going to go ahead and tell you what that is, simply because you're going to be resting with it. You'll be able to identify it come the morning anyways. Jax. And then you had about, I think I wrote down here, 13,521 gold pieces worth of personal items and treasures. And that's what was in the bag of holding. Of course, the diary as well, but that's not like a sellable type item or an item equipable thing. So
depends how juicy it is.
I mean, Baxter's might be sellable to the right person.
you did read it, had a little like a love memoir, that kind of thing, right? And that was peculiar. So if you have like, I would say particular questions on the diary, like particular events or something, like was Baxter here? Did Baxter talk about this? That sort of thing. We can get into that. But, if we're going to go through like a blind read of it or just like a full read of it, right? It can get pretty intense. Baxter's.
No, I'll spend downtime, not group time doing
it. So we got some information from the keep. This was during the poker game, as well as information which does cross over from others who are hearing some things. And this was the tavern as well, that a Sylvana took over Paxina's house, and that happened a few years ago, that they make herbal remedies and potions. They might know more stuff about that creature, Ulissa, given their natural attunement to nature and all of that. Now, the house sits up in the upper right part of the town, and it's kind of on like a little grassy knoll. It has a forested vegetation, and these very like non-native plants and species are just like growing freely throughout there. We met 2 commanders, a Grovac and a Rylan. They have soldiers, right, observing the temple, that sort of thing. And then we had that kind of run-in with you, Jax, right? And that all kind of comes into the actual like widow, right? So the widow, which we have a name of Charlotte, they were kind of like sent there because they're trying to save their boy Merlin's life. And they believe after their husband, which is Frank, right, gone, right, to the creature, that perhaps this is the only way they can possibly attempt to get the boy back safely. A story such as this, right? What's the timetable? This could have all happened like really recently, right? So they're not forthcoming to the soldiers here just yet, it seems. Maybe they did tell their story. Maybe the timetable is a bit longer. And that wasn't really questioned. We didn't really ask them. And at this point, they've already gone. And so they were supposed to stay at Temple. They didn't do that, right? They're supposed to stay here pretty much overnight, right? And they left, and that was because, Jax, you decided to go back to the Temple. You looted about 22,350 gold pieces worth of treasures from the cellar. You grabbed all 3 of those Poison of the Pufferfish with the DC 19s. And you fought a mimic that held 52 bodies of boats. That is why Charlotte's not there. Mimic was chasing you down the steps. You were like doing disengage tactics upon it, and then the mimic turned to Charlotte in the hall of the temple, and from there they left screaming wildly. So, yeah, good times. All right. So we ended the session. I think we were still at the temple, actually. We're like beginning to leave the temple after we got the bodies assigned to where they were kind of going. So assigned to the bones to the bodies, right? Because that's what you're doing, Lance. You're like organizing them up together, that sort of thing. So we can start our session on the temple map. If you all want to have some more role play time to talk about some things, she'll wrap around. I just know in my notes I wrote down that we're kind of a transition away from the temple to go through a long rest or to camp out, like watching the gates. So if I remember correctly, from what happened last week was that you all agreed to long rest and then watch the gates. But I could be wrong because there was conflicting views. So
yeah, so the 2 views were go back, stay the night in the place where we had the rooms, or take watch in case they came early or whatever out at the gate. And I thought we had decided at the end to go to the gate, take watches, and stay there, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I thought
think
we were
that was
gonna
the-
stay close to the gate in the tiny hut, and then, like you said, just have us stand out and
Concur.
concur.
Yes.
I concur.
That was the plan. And Donlin told Jax that if the boy dies, it's his fault.
Yeah, and Jack said okay.
I mean, technically that was already the case, though. So
True.
Yeah, I just had to reiterate it because Donlin's a jackass.
Hmm.
He's not really a jackass. He's a caring person. He doesn't want the boy to die.
what if you found out the boy was a terrible fighter?
That's more reason for him not to die.
Okay. So you will find a space in the town. You're heading from the temple. You'd head due north. You're not actually that far away from the gate where you're currently at. You're probably going to cling to a nearby stabling. It has some barrels and crates, and other things, and open stalls. The rain softly falling down. Probably reside a little bit to the southwest of that. There's open areas. It talks about the town description is that there's a lot of like deciduous trees and thickets and brushes and stuff in between, like grassy knolls and stuff in between buildings and things. So there's actually plenty of places you can just camp out in here without having difficulty. And there is these dwarvish soldiers with the yellow and the black at the 3 coin symbol. They are also camping out in some of these areas that are around here. And you're not having to compete with them for space. There's plenty of space here. And so you're able to find a little bit of a spot. I don't know if you're going to be making a campfire, but you could if you wish. The tiny hut is going to give you plenty of shelter and warmth. It is softly raining right now. The clouds overhead, the darkness of the 2 moons is kind of coming through a little bit, so it's still dark. And there's a little bit of like wildlife around you in some of the trees, but nothing that's going to be, impeding you from going through your long rest, nothing like that. Occasionally there might be a person on the cobbled road nearby. Put it right around 40 to 50 feet away from where you're kind of camping out. And then there's another kind of road, and that's through some of the brush and trees and a couple other campsites of the dwarves. And that would be about 90 to 100 feet away from you in that general direction. And that's in the direction of the market, right? So you're kind of in between in terms of areas, and you have some peace to yourselves. A couple people, moving right on those streets and that distances. But all in all, it's pretty quiet. There's nothing really happening right now.
So I haven't actually, Kanan, you're the no. Kanan, Pip, and Donlin, you guys are the ones that know what she actually looks like, right?
I think I'm the only one that actually knows what she looks like.
Well, with any sense of clarity, anyway.
She's
Yeah,
kind of
we did a
ugly.
great look at her. Well, we could tell that without changeling.
She like made of trees.
So you guys should probably rest now and take the last watch for this, right? Closer
I
to
should
dawn.
Probably go last watch, given that I can see through that invisibility and such.
Yeah, I don't have the
That is
potion no
true.
more, so like
Oh, right, Lance. We're not able to make more either, are we?
I should have enough for one or two more. Let's see here. It's more of a question of time.
Mm.
Yeah, I'd prefer Lance get some sleep. We might need him in a fight more so than need. I mean, her invisibility.
Regardless.
But if we see the boy, then we should see her, or at least know she's around or something.
we don't even know what a boy looks like. It could just be a random woman and a random boy.
Seems like I have enough for one more here. Holds up like a pickled eyeball in a jar.
That's kind of gross. I drank that.
Yes, you did.
It explains the taste.
Well, I can find something to flavor it for you if that really bothers you, but you seem to down it just fine, so.
I'm not drinking anything
no.
else you give me ever again.
Lance, how long does it take to make those potions?
Well, it takes about an hour, all said and done.
So you could do it on watch with somebody.
If you don't mind having a fire to run the brewing stand, of course. It's a small fire, but.
Pip, is your small hut ventilated?
Or, I mean, I could just go. We have a perfectly good wagon. I outfitted it to do potions, but.
Mm.
I mean, to
Maybe
be
a
fair,
nice
if the hag is as good as she is, she's probably going to see my hut anyway if she's actually looking. But
Yeah,
I can
maybe
only
the plan
make
was
it
to keep it
blend
far
in.
enough, far enough away that it wasn't obvious from the gate.
True. So, yeah, I'll also probably try to make it look camouflaged on the outside. So, I do not know how a fire will be in it, though. Never tried it. I don't know if that's a good idea or not.
Right, it's fine. I can just do it in the wagon. Or do it in
Where the wagon at?
Well, we left it.
The stable master.
You definitely parked it inside the keep, is what the keep's grounds. You used the stable masters
Yeah.
in there. So that's where your wagon or any horses or anything like that would be.
Well, would the tiny hut be able to do a fire? I don't actually know.
The tiny hut cannot create a fire for you, but you can create a fire in the tiny hut. You just have to allow the smoke to ventilate out. You are choosing to do that stuff. So that's the difference between a lot of the vocabulary, is that you're kind of actively deciding that. You can change it to be like transparent, right? You can make it be like really glossy, that sort of thing. So the smoke, you can allow it to penetrate the barrier as like an item, right? So
yeah, I could just do a little exhaust pipe in there next to your little flame for a bit.
Right,
That way she
fine.
doesn't see the fire.
I can keep it small. It's just for a brewing stand. It's not like I'm creating a bonfire here.
Let's hope it doesn't turn into one.
Oh, bonfire sounds really great right now with the rain. Be nice and cozy.
I will take whatever watch you guys think. I'll go first or last, middle, doesn't matter. The kid's name is Merlin, so just be aware of that, just in case. And like I said, should be at the gate at dawn. Didn't say how, didn't say if the hag was bringing him or anything, but Merlin should be at the gate at dawn. So I figured this is our best chance.
And this is just a suggestion. I already know what you're going to say, but suggestion. We do have someone who probably doesn't need a lot of sleep that can also help stand guard.
Oh,
Poe.
I will kill him.
But he can be helpful. He's tiny, won't be seen very easily. You can keep an eye
Yeah, but
out.
if he does get seen and we don't kill the hag, then he has to stay dead. Actually, you know what? Yeah, bring Poe out.
If he, but if they see us, you know, they've already seen the wolves anyway that are with us. They could track the wolves.
Who's seen the
Oh,
wolves?
maybe the wolf stand guard.
The town has seen the wolves. Didn't they come in the town?
Town has seen the woofs.
Yeah, but the wolves aren't with us.
Woofs!
Oh,
I've seen the wolves!
Hit on the accent.
I love it.
Wolves. Wolves.
Um,
wolves.
The wolves are in the woods, so like spying on the wolves don't do nothing.
Can they stand guard?
No,
Yeah.
it's not snowing.
True. I guess they would stand out. A bunch of.
You want giant wolves standing?
I don't know the
I
rules
mean-
of this stuff.
I suppose they're probably as good as any.
I mean, this is a
I-
place with also undead and possibly a black dragon running around. So, I mean, what's a.
I'm dumb and I
wolf.
think this is a bad idea.
What, having the wolves stand guard?
Yeah, they're giant, massive wolves.
True. Poe's tiny.
Also,
There you
what
go.
happens if somebody tries to attack the wolves because they think it's bad?
I was gonna say my fear with that is that someone would just decide to defend the town from the large wolf and become eaten.
Not that anyone would ever attack our wolves because they're super nice.
Of course.
So, I mean, that's
Hmm.
why Poe comes in handy. In worst case scenario, he gets seen. I'll dismiss him until we find a way so he doesn't get tracked.
Let's just put the
Look-
hut up first and then decide this. I need to get started crafting. We're going to be doing this.
Yeah.
It's pretty late. Said during the boy will be there at first light. I think any of you are going to get a long rest at this point.
I honestly just need a short rest to recoup everything that I've lost.
Well, if we don't
today.
get a long rest, we're all getting exhaustion.
Correct.
All right,
Mhm.
so Donlin, are you gonna kill Poe if he comes back to us?
No. But I'll kill him if he gets
Lance-
seen.
Lance, I think Pip was probably right. It's more important for a long rest for you than a potion, I would think, since we're getting so late. Your thoughts? I don't know how exhaustion affects you.
I mean, just as humanoid as the rest of you, so.
I think then we put up the tiny hut. Poe comes out to stand guard to warn us of anything, and we get as much sleep as we
Well-
can. Hopefully, a long rest.
How far can Poe go, though? Can he only go like 50 feet from me or something?
So just put him right outside the hut.
No.
He's just standing there watching.
Yeah, but he
Familiars
can't see the
can-
gate.
No, familiars can go as far as realistically as long as they're on the same plane. They can only communicate up to I think it's 1,000 feet away.
Oh, so never mind. Yeah, he's good. He can watch the gate.
I would
Or
assume
sheet.
that your
I don't actually know.
I would assume your sheet probably has it in there. Just guessing.
Yeah, so the familiar can go away, but at a certain point you cannot communicate with them, which is mostly
Oh, it's only
what hap-
100 feet.
Yeah, it's 100 feet. It's not 1,000 feet, so it's not very far, and then you can't actually communicate to them. But most of the time, what happens is they'll just dismiss them, and then they'll resummon them, so that way they don't have to come back.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll just send
Can
them
they-
to do something, and then they'll dismiss and resummon. Then they'll ask them what happened. Right? They just kind of traverse it
Can't-
with you.
Would I know if he gets? Didn't really say like if he gets killed or disappears outside that range. Would I know?
Well, no, you wouldn't. I mean, you would
Okay.
basically try at that point, at some point, being like, "I want to resummon you," and you can't because you'll have to recast it, right? So then you know that they're not alive anymore.
Okay, because I was just trying to see what's a good because he can't. Can he dismiss himself?
Well, no. You
Okay.
you are in full control of the spirit of that familiar, and so you are the one who's commanding them in terms of resummoning that sort of thing. They have no control. If they were free, they would probably be doing other things.
Destroying everything. No, I just was trying to figure out because what if he's a good lookout, then that's fine. But if we're further
Sure.
than 100 feet from the gate, he wouldn't be able to. We wouldn't know. How's he going to
Well,
warn us?
Well, that's what I'm saying is that what happens is they'll see it and they'll have to fly back within range to telepathically communicate to you.
True.
What's the range of the telepathic communication? 100 feet.
100 feet. So you'll have to
100
be at some point that they can get to you in a timely manner, or you're not going to observe what it is that they're talking about because they'll be gone by then.
And how far was the gate away from us? You said.
I didn't say how far away the gate is. I kind of said how far away you were to the roads. So you're about like 100 to 40. So 100 feet to the west road, 40 feet to the east road. You're kind of near like a stabling area right now.
Mhm.
Not necessarily where they're having livestock or horses necessarily, but they're keeping supplies and various things inside here for shelter during the rain. And this in itself is only about 200 to 300 feet away from the gate. And the gate
But we
is
have
is a double wooden door. It's not like a portcullis that lowers or anything.
Okay. And we have a view of the roads leading up to the gate.
You have view of the. You can, yeah. If you.
Yeah.
I'm kind of
Okay.
narrating that you're camping a little way from the stabling area, the stabling building here. Supply
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of small shelter. But yes, you could technically just walk from your camp to that shelter, not very far away from you, and just like look through towards the road and towards the gate. You'd have a clear line sight of through towards it.
So if we go like 199 feet away from the gate or from the clear path, and then have Poe go the rest, then there you go.
It's very complicated. True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think we're being overly complicated. I think it's as clear as do you want to see the gate or not? And if you do, how far away do you want to be from it?
We want to if we're using Poe, we want to be within 100 feet of the roads leading to the gate / gates, so we can see.
Yeah,
them
so just
coming
send
up, Poe can-
just send Poe into the stable area, and
Yeah,
Poe would be in
yeah.
range
That's
to
why I was
communicate
asking.
and be able to see and tell you what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
So
what
there
we're
you
going
go.
to do.
So that's what we'll do, and then we'll take a long rest. Donlin, please don't kill Poe when he comes out.
So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to de-summon Poe because he's in my pocket. I don't want him to find out of my pocket. And then I'm going to have him come appear in front of me.
See the beady eyes.
Donlin,
Hey, Poe.
Hello.
Human. They promised not to kill you. So that's good.
As long as you don't get seen.
They couldn't kill me if they tried.
You want to bet?
that is-
Fuck. Oh my God,
I
here
mean,
we go.
no. What he means is he'll just come back. You can't permanently kill him. So Poe, can you go to the stable and keep an eye on the gate and not be seen, and let us know if you see anything suspicious or a little child? Like, just let me know.
He's around from left to right. Yes. Begins to float away.
See, told you guys he's very helpful.
Seems so.
I probably wouldn't have started the conversation the way you did about killing him, but not my pet, so your choice. And at that point, Jax is gonna lay down and close his eyes to get as much rest as he can.
Same with there.
Okay.
So do we hit long rest now?
He'll prompt us.
You are too late to make a long rest
Yeah.
at this point. You are past. You are almost to midnight at this point from all of the shenanigans that have been undertaken. So there is not enough time to rest down for an entirety of 8 hours. So you're going to get a short rest here, and then from there, we'll see if you take more time to get the long rest after you observe what happens.
That's fair.
All right. We go ahead and get all of your sheets here. It should prompt for a short rest.
Mm-hmm.
Stupid old man fucked me up.
Hmm.
We just rolled a lot of hit dice for a short rest. It looked like.
You know, we might be fighting a possible hag. You need all the help you can get.
Yeah.
We're fighting a world eater.
Oh my god.
With a world eater?
Oh, no, I said we're fighting a world eater. May have to kill Poe, you know.
The final boss is actually Poe. The new twist.
Oh my god.
The final boss is Poe.
That would bring Donlin so much joy in the world.
Just to say he was right.
Yes.
You know what's
Okay.
funny is on the the
Oh.
hotel internet is actually better than my internet.
Damn.
That's rough.
That's real rough.
Your ping too, by the way, getting on that
Yeah.
West Coast because the
Oh,
server's
God, here.
located over there.
I mean-
look at that.
That's probably why too. I mean, also I'm not on
Yeah.
Discord on my laptop. I'm on Discord
Sure,
on my phone.
sure.
So probably helping.
I think the
Yeah.
server's located at San Fran in terms of the host provider, so you're probably pretty close in terms of that connection.
Yeah.
Anyways, so you arise in the morning. You get as much sleep as you possibly can, but you do not accomplish the 8 hours, so you're a little groggy in the eyes. You could definitely sleep some more, some of you. I actually don't believe... Do we have anybody that trances?
Mm-mm. I
Mm-mm.
don't think so.
Yeah, so I think everyone literally has to be like asleep for 8 hours in this party. That's very interesting. I don't think I've ever come across that with a group that was like, we sleep for the entirety of 8 hours. Oh, there's always like a Warforged or an elf, right? They're like, I don't
Mhm.
sleep. I'm always.
Well, we
like,
had the
or there's like,
Warforged.
we did. So there was yeah. So you get yourselves up. You pick yourselves up. The fire's already gone and died down. People are moving around, primarily like the Dwarven soldiers, as they're kind of getting ready for practice towards the keep grounds. Maybe some of the farmers like are kind of getting their wagons going out of the village if they're kind of staying here for selling their produce. They're kind of making their way back out to go back to the farm, right? Or maybe there's farmers coming in to sell their stuff that were working in the night to pick their things, right? To have first dibs on stalls at the market area. So you Poe's in position. Poe's the one going to narrate this because you all are just kind of remaining behind the scenes, so to speak. As Poe is staring off and looking, you mentioned child to Poe. So Poe's looking for a child or any sort of suspicious things. There is then, before Poe can see anything on the hour as the daylight has kind of surpassed for roughly 8 minutes or so, from like a brightening, right? We're not talking about like daybreak. We're talking about like the sun is actually in the air at this point, on the sky at this point, right? There's plenty of light, that sort of thing. And it's 8 hours past that point. Poe is then going to say, I think something is wrong. And there are descriptions to you, and I'll tell you that would align to the sound of a small horn being blown by one of the guards on top of the wall. Because Poe would be narrating and observing some of the guards moving up there from the scaffolding of their towers, and then one of them blowing the horn, which would coincide with you all hearing the horn blown from your position.
Yeah. They're blowing a horn. Poe says something's happening. The horn. We can hear the horn. I'm just gonna ask: did you see a child or anything look suspicious?
No, I didn't.
No child. Nothing. So we don't know why the alarm is sounding. Nothing.
They must see something on the other side of the wall.
The horn. The commander told us the horn is for a zombie attack, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Lance,
that's
right.
is that what you said too?
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think it was undead. Yes.
Yeah, undead. Yeah, zombie, undead, whatever we want to call them.
Out of character, we can telepathically talk to our wolves, right? We can like call to them. I don't remember if that was a thing or not.
I thought it was because we have to
Yeah.
reel them in somehow.
I vaguely
No.
remember that being a thing for that reason.
Now I don't know if it's the 100 feet rule like familiars, but I remember we can call to them.
Dolan's just going to try to reach out to Todzog then and see if he sees zombies, hearing that there
So-
could be zombies.
I'll fill you in. So the telepathic communication is not necessarily a verbal, like I'm talking to you like telepathically over this massive amounts of distance. It actually was to call them if they're needed, similar to the giant would do when they blew the whistle. You can do that telepathically instead because you're bonded to them, less of a pack you're calling each individual one. But you can't like speak to them over like a telepathic distance like you're bonded by the mind. It's merely I'm calling them in because I need them here, and then they'll speak to you of a common tongue or whatever language.
Okay, well, I would call Todzog because I told him to let me know if there were zombies, and if there's zombies and he didn't let me know, he's in trouble.
Yeah, and this happened with the city, right? Because you had them parked outside the city, and then you just said come, right? And then they basically came,
Yeah.
right? So you didn't tell them that specifically. You just sent the signal, the wolf signal.
The bad
Yeah.
signal.
Just up in the air, just a
Get the light, get the light, hit it. Okay, so you can see that there's people in here in the village, in the town, right? They're actually moving some of the dwarf soldiers who would otherwise go to the keeper, kind of turn around towards the northern wall, the northern gate, right? And some of the farmers and stuff, maybe they're quickening their attitude and their movements, but they're not moving at like extreme haste. This would just be calling to an alarm, perhaps less of an attack, maybe, is the way I can infer it. And so when you're getting there in terms of positions you call for, right? So the dwarves get themselves some positions, and some of the people are now dispersing, so we'll kind of reduce maybe the village noise because there's not a lot of people here now, so you're kind of moving away from the area. You're observing, right, from the, are you observing yourselves, or are you having Poe continue observations and relaying it to you?
I feel like we would start walking, right? I mean, I
Yeah,
know Donla
yeah.
would be curious and just start walking that direction.
Knowing that it's related to the undead attacks, I would probably start walking as well.
Okay.
Question, guys. Before we do that, what if it's a diversion? Should some of us stay here in case they do come to the gate and she drops off the child without us while we're
Perhaps.
facing?
Perhaps leave Poe behind and have him come find you if they show up.
Well, if they do, it might be too late. But
Yeah, I mean, I could stay behind and
Well, aren't we walking
here.
towards the gate?
Yeah, I thought we were walking towards the gate too.
Yeah,
Up to you.
we're heading.
That's why I
Well,
asked. I said,
that's-
you said you're heading to the gate and following the dwarven soldiers, right? Some of the actual other soldiers, I think they're
Yeah.
going to this, not in draws, not in extreme haste, but they are in a kind of a full march or kind of a little bit of a run, right, to get to this location here at the North Gate. And so just kind of narrating things and saying, are you doing this? Are you not doing that? That sort of thing.
Yeah, so it sounds like, I mean, nobody needs to stay and keep watch because we're not going anywhere but the gate. Like if everyone's gathering around the gate or seems to be heading towards the gate, we would just go take a look at the gate, right?
Yeah, I think we all.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we all go at this point.
You know, just tell
If
Poe
the
to keep
child-
an eye out for the child and watch the road, kind of.
Okay.
Oh, also
Like
I
the other
called Todd
direction.
Zog, so he'll be here in a minute. Tell if it's the undead.
Oh. We might want to warn the village not to shoot them or attack them.
It'll be fine.
Okay. If you say so.
I'll start going toward where all the dwarfs are going.
Okay. So is anybody hanging back then? I guess I should say now at this point.
I think we're just gonna have Poe keep position, keep an eye on where he was, and just communicate with me. Because I don't think I'm going 100 feet out of his range. I don't think
Okay.
I'm just going to the gate. So
Okay. You just keep observation, stuff like that, though. Okay. So we're all going to get to this point, pushing ourselves up towards the gate. You can see some of them leaving the door. Double doors are going to be open, so they're not actually closing it. Some people are actually leaving. So you notice the guards are kind of yelling towards, pointing downwards. I need each of you to roll perceptions.
lame. I'll be seeing everything.
You can say we all rolled really high. Holy shit!
Mm-hmm.
Well,
So you hear the person pointing downwards at that direction. There's a wolf! There's a wolf! It's got a boy! You see the crossbows raised. Drop the boy! They begin to yell down from the scaffold of the towers. The dwarven soldiers are pushing themselves out of the gate. Some of these soldiers now kind of rounding around that position and almost kind of funneling an arc, if you will, in front of the gate. The wolf continues to move forward. You then reach that crowd, which is the symbols of the voices that you're hearing, and you can see that it's Vlusgir, who has the boy currently clutched in the teeth of the mound. They just drop the boy, the large plop. The boy picks themselves up. They seem to have scratches, lacerations, wounds to them. The wolf just kind of pushes themselves backwards, right? So they're kind of like walking backwards. They lock eyes and they stare towards you, Caden.
Where did you get him?
From the woods. So you yell out in common. People kind of look and stare in disbelief that a wolf is talking.
The wolf's with us. No need to fret. He rescued the boy from nearby, apparently.
Persuasion.
Oh yeah.
20. See them beginning to slightly depart as you pull your way forward from the arc that they formed. Weapons still slightly at the ready, but less of them in a threatening position. Those in the scaffold of the two towers on either side of the northern gate still have the crossbow raised, pointing in the direction of the wolf. The others, the pack,
Oop.
they have been taken.
Where?
Into the heart of the wood. Todzog went hunting. Their scent was gone. We lost them. The others followed. Then we found the boy. And another creature that attacked us. I got the boy to safety, but the others continue to fight. I do not know if they are still alive.
You did well. Can you lead us back to where this happened?
I can.
We should go quickly.
Merlin, is that you?
See the boy picking themselves up, holding the head a little bit. Yeah, it's me.
Your mom
Like
will be
Brad.
waiting by the gate for you. Go there.
Okay. Looking around, you see some of the dwarf soldiers coming closer. They grab the boy by the shoulders. Some of the other soldiers pulling them. themselves backwards in the direction through the gate. Get more aid, perhaps, or maybe just notify the commander.
Donlin's
Surely
already
that-
walking towards the woods, by the way, with his glaive drawn.
As we're walking, I probably should.
No,
As we're
not gonna
walking,
talk-
Kanan, did you? That boy was indeed a boy, though, right? It wasn't something else is hiding when you looked at him.
I assume.
It was a boy. The boy itself had a wool brown tunic that had slight stains of grime and dust and this sort of like kind of powderiness towards their clothes, like a chalk, if you will, that's slightly blue. They had cuff in terms of like a collar, right? And that had torn a little bit. Matching trousers of brown leathers with little shoes and that sort of thing. It definitely has cuts and whatnot. The appearance-wise, they do kind of match a little bit of the mother in terms of the hair color and the eyes, and they're a little bit plump to the face. You know, maybe they've ate quite a bit. Suspenders as well. So they don't appear to be like malnourished by any means or famished, right? That sort of, you know, in terms of their description. You're able to get that right off the rip. Okay. Boy moves past you, accompanied with the dwarf soldiers and some of the other soldiers that are now there. The guard are kind of looking down towards, one of which yells out towards you, Donlin, because Donlin, you said you were the first moving towards the woods. Are you gonna need help?
No, you would simply get in my way at this point. And he's just going to keep walking. Not even turn around.
What the hell is this guy? Just like yells out.
Alright,
The other
Pip, I
one of
guess
the
he's
other
gonna-
tower continues to yell. We'll send a patrol, whether you want it or not.
They will die.
Thank you, but you probably shouldn't. He's kind of angry right now.
Can you see invisible beings?
No.
That's not
Well,
very
that's your
helpful.
problem.
See them looking around top of their towers. More soldiers beginning to leave. You then begin to head into the wood, leaving them at the backdrop.
Pip is gonna dismiss Poe and then re-summon him in his pocket again.
Okay.
I guess we're going into the thick of it. You sure can say.
I'm actually rather impressed if they managed to subdue 5 Volhendo.
Yeah, that's not a good sign for us, but
So remember, we only saw one of them in town, and I was told by the lady they're sisters.
She did suggest there was more.
So we may be fighting ourselves, fighting more than one. Just remember that.
It's a good thing we got that brisk rest. Just,
mhm. Make sure you smash any pumpkins.
All right.
Oh, wait, the wrong pumpkins.
No, that wrong. Smashing
Right.
Pumpkins.
Oh, it almost made you large when I dropped you down, Donald. That's super funny.
Oh, because I was still large from last time.
No, I don't think so. I think it just like kind of like was trying to figure out if you were large or not because you have the effects sometimes. It was like kind of stuck on that. Okay.
As we're walking, do you guys?
Yep.
Oh, I was gonna say, do you guys want me to send Poe ahead like we've done before to scout, or no?
It's up to you at this point. Is he any faster than us?
I mean, we're
No,
following
but
the
he's-
wolf, so
But he can somewhat levitate and be
Isn't
tiny,
he slower than us? Since we all have boots of speed now.
possibly.
Speaking of, I
It
need a
was a
better
suggestion.
vantage point.
Oh, flies 40 feet.
So it's
He
the
could
same
probably keep up,
speed.
yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of, as soon as we're far enough away from town as to not cause a panic, I'm going to take 50 feet in the air or so and trying to get a better vantage point.
Okay.
is that
So
new?
you-
Oh, right, yeah. one of the many gifts of Pelon.
Awesome.
Neat.
Out of character, it's not new. You've just never seen me do it.
Well, yeah, it's new to us though.
Yes.
I have risen. Jesus
It's like
in
Peter
that
Pan the
name.
musical.
Man casts light on himself and then flies into the air. Yeah.
Yeah.
I imagine him. No,
Man
it's sunrise.
ascends.
He's doing
That's
it
right.
with the sunrise to his
It's
back.
got the
I can just
sunrise.
see it now.
It's like rising. So you cleared the tree line. The small woods, small wood is what you're in. The deciduous trees are here. They're growing. Sometimes get pretty tall, maybe 60 feet or so, but that's pretty rare. This wood, the deciduous leaves and the alders and these different oak, right? They're tending to be more wide than they are tall, so they might encompass more brambles on top of each other. And that kind of creates a shadow effect. Maybe a couple, areas where can't get a lot of like large brush growth, so you have a meadow type thing happening with like lower grasses and flowers. There's many different sorts of streams in here, like riparian zones, so those areas are a little bit swampy, a little bit luscious and things, and so those sit in little sorts of divots at times. You're trying to get advantage points, so you clear it and you fly up right past above the canopy, and you can see as you stretch out that it's just wood. You're looking. Roll perception. 12. You're maybe looking for signs of life. Is there like a fire, right? Is there like smoke kind of coming up? Is there anything that really catches your attention? As you stare and scan around top of the canopy, you see the occasional fire lingering up in the direction of maybe to the left of you, right, or this way or that way. But it's not coinciding with where Fluscar has picked up the track and is currently in a run. And that is running really into the heart of the wood. And you don't see any signs that there would be someone in the heart of that wood. You continue
I'll
to
just
fly
go-
overhead, or are you going to go back to your party and land?
Yeah, I mean, I'll come down a little bit under the treetops, but I will stay high just to try to have a slightly better vantage point and just keep following Blisker.
Okay. So, at a certain point of your travel, we're going to kind of take some time. It's a couple hours in terms of travel that you're moving through. You, on top of the upper canopy area there, are going to see that some of the trees are immediately going to change. Like your eyes, with your sight, is going to break an illusion. And so you immediately recognize that there is something different. And that also is stopping Flusgear, who is beginning to slow down to a very stealthy approach. Because Flusgear, even though they might be able to see what they're seeing, the rest of the party might be able to see what they're seeing. They themselves are getting a little bit of a clue in through their senses of smell as a perception that there are creatures up ahead. And there are things that are different than what they're coinciding with their vision. So Flusgear is going to verbalize that to the party down below and say, halt. Move slowly. There's something close by, up ahead from the trail. That begins to take you all to a moment of a halt, then to look. I need each of you to roll, except for you, Kanan, an intelligence check.
Let's go.
Nice.
Been a while. Been a while. Working all the bands in tonight.
That's what I do.
Should hear him sing.
You got a little musical talent there?
Rakan, are you still with us?
Uh-oh.
No, they're not.
Uh-oh.
Distant bees. Oh. It's just about to roll for him.
There you go.
Okay.
Coming in clutch.
Galvin and Clutch. Okay, so
My bad.
Donlin.
Switch to my computer.
Yeah, it's fine. So Donlin and Lance, you both observe a forest. So you both are going to observe beautiful forest. And what happens is Flusgear, along with Jax and Pip, see through the illusion as well. and they both are beginning to define things for you and describe them to you that is breaking the illusion whether you succeed on the check or not. You're able then to be able to differentiate.
Very strange magic.
Mm.
Literally a whole forest.
Do you smell the other wolves ahead?
Do.
I'm gonna look at.
I smell something else. See them picking their
Something
ears up.
sweet?
The thickest of this wood now. It's vile and riddled with swamp and grass and rock. Tendrils of the branches of the trees are coming into themselves. And now you hear the sound of ma
What
through the
hell?
thickest of the trees as you continue to move forward. You can see sheep running about. One second, hold on.
Uh-oh.
TOS.
Toddler aggro.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take a moment of silence for the fact that Deuce has gotten another animal killed.
I didn't even get this one killed, man.
She ran
Just
in
the
butt
fact
ass
that
naked. Butt ass naked. Luckily, my desk is raised right now because if it wasn't, you'd be seeing a naked kid running behind me. Wow.
I
Okay.
figured.
Yeah. All right. So I put yourselves in positions. Obviously, you can arrange yourself. Kane at this point have you at 30 feet above. Kane, to you and to the rest who've succeeded in the intelligence check, these sheep with the golden wool, they actually look like sheep. So they do stand out as rather odd, and the illusion that has been crafted over this forest. The trail that Fluskier has detected is going to run through these aqueous parts of the swamp, which is the lowland, and it's going to carry on over here, the top left of the map, and that's going to take you further into this swamp.
Yeah, Donlin doesn't give a fuck. Just a heads
So
up.
I'm gonna. Sorry. Go ahead, Kanan.
Fluskia, do those smell like sheep to you?
Make a perception check, Fluskier. At advantage for
forgot.
sense of smell.
God, yeah, the sheep. Yep.
Yep.
Perception at advantage.
I don't think so. They reek of vile mushrooms.
Expected as much. Donlin, those aren't sheep.
I'm gonna start moving.
Kill them. Herd.
Flanking the group.
I'm gonna go up and
stealthily, silently.
swing.
You're going to get to here, and your weapon of warning is going to go off. You need to roll initiative.
Everybody or just him?
Everybody.
Okay.
No, we're just letting him handle it. He's
Well, the advantage
Well.
button's gone. Yeah, it's fine. I
You
forgot.
got advantage button is gone.
Yeah. Like it doesn't have the 3 buttons anymore.
You might be able to just hold Alt when you roll initiative.
Yeah, I had gotten so used to just relying on the button being there
Yeah.
after I rolled.
Yeah, the retroactive. Yeah. That module is completely outdated. So it doesn't follow through with the next system. The best way that you could probably get that done is just to... Which, it should be doing that automatically. So, there is a way that I could put the advantage into your initiative. What is going on? Okay, one more moment. Just give me, 2 minutes.
I'm trying to do this without a mouse. It is very complicated.
Oh, without a mouse? Yeah.
Don't know where the mouse went.
I've been there and done that, man. I know all too well.
I do recommend that everyone stays behind Donlin for the time being. Just a heads up.
Well, I was gonna say it. My plan is to try to stealth through all the bushes and shit to the side for flank.
Yeah, Donlin's swinging first and asking questions later at this point.
I know.
Do you hear me? Am I back? Okay.
Yep. you're
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
All right. Oh, that wasn't right. Kept them as a sheep, but I changed their appearance. That's funny. Alan, you will not be surprised because you have the warning. The sheep are going to transform in front of you as they see you approaching. You have the weapon outwards. You can see them change from their illusionary appearance as sheep into these small creatures that really resemble that of a gnome. Rickety, wiry hair, smelling of rot and putridness of mushrooms, clang of druidic-like bones and other sorts of lacework on leather armor. They each have sickles in their hands. They have tall boots and reddish cowls. Towards you as they change. Ready. Fight. Lance, you are going to start this party off.
Okay. But I am not surprised.
You are not surprised because you rolled successful. Let me see here.
See, I thought I did not roll against the illusion.
Yeah,
I'm not sure
so
that's the same.
it's tough. It's tough to say because you're not technically triggering the initiative. You're just like following through with it. So I think because you don't have alert and because it's Donlin who's triggering it, I'm going to say you are surprised for the first round here because that makes a lot of sense in the rules.
Yeah, that kind of made sense to me, so that's why I thought I'd ask, but okay.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Then let me just hit enter.
Okay. Well, Donlin, I guess you're next here. So, shit.
Donlin is going to Giant's Might. And then, because I have reach with my nice glaive, we're swinging.
13 is not going to hit. See as they dodge nimbly out of the way of your attack. And they laugh as they dodge out. Natural 1. That will surely be missed as you swamp down with both into the marshy of the swamp, breaking apart slight rotted limbs of trees and hitting into mushrooms of spores flying outwards.
Yeah, that'll end my turn.
All right, so this one is going to move up 25 feet. Is going to get here. And as it stands here, it is going to make a dash towards you, moving an additional 15. Then
I'm
comes
going to
right up
take
to your
my
side.
Pole Arm Master attack for coming in range.
At 19 will hit. It deals 26 total of slashing and psychic damage to the creature as you come through, hitting almost slightly through its chest. Its large iron boots cementing into the ground, otherwise it'd be tumbled over like a bunch of pins in a bowling alley. That is a dash action to get to that point. It's the end of its turn. This one is going to come here. As they look towards you, it's going to make 3 attacks with its sickle. First attack is 17. Next attack is a 10. And the next attack is an 8. All 3 missing. So you parry the blows, even maybe raising your boot up a little bit and kind of hitting it down towards the ground. You once were at their level, but no longer. You've grown. This is a dash to get 40. Jax, you're up. You do have the alert feat, and so I think that I will give you an action and movement to be able to use on this round of combat.
Okay. And I rolled stealth because I was gonna work my way through the trees over here, bushes and trees. So that's 50 feet right there. So my bonus action, that's movement and 20 feet of a bonus action for a dash. And I'm gonna come up to this guy right here, and I'm going to attack him with my dagger.
Okay. Hold on Alt for advantage. You're going to critical hit anyways.
And sneak attack.
Critical hit!
Man, it's killing
Kablooey.
20s.
51!
Nat 20s.
So you run through-
rolls, baby.
You run through the vine, the
expect-
swamp of the trees, through the rock. You cross the shallow pool of the water. Just one splash of the boot. This creature turns around towards you, and you stab your dagger into their jugular vein of their neck, cutting their throat. They're dead. The blood is green and dark as it pools out, and it smells sweet like nectar. A smell that
Yeah, and that's
wafts outwards.
oh, a familiar smell.
Yes.
Okay, and that's all I have. Any movement or attacks for. So I will end
All
my
right.
turn.
Kanan, we now come to you. You don't have alert. However, you were the one to see through the illusion at the beginning. So I'm going to leave it up to you because I'm only going to say if you failed your intelligence check to see through this, that we also got to combat. So it's up to you, though, and how you want to interpret your character in the situation.
I mean, he was already suspicious,
Yeah.
which is why he asked the wolf, but he's also too far to do much of anything, so I think he's just going to move closer, essentially.
I also remind yourself here, but Fluzgar is under your control, so if you want, you can roll them into initiative.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah. Initiative. Then I'll just take a dash. Then I'll move 20 feet that way, and I'll come down 20 feet, so I'll just be at 10.
Okay.
And then... yeah, that's it for now. I'll end my turn.
Okay. Pip, you're up.
And with my intelligence check, I'm not surprised or anything.
Yeah, so you had an intelligence check pretty high there. Yeah, so I think you're able to see through this, and so I will allow you, if you wish to act, you can.
Let's see. Just gonna throw some ice at him.
Sending out a ray of frost. 17 will hit. You do 5 points of cold damage.
Gonna give some inspiration to Donlan.
Bless thee, child.
And that is that.
All right, Fluzgar.
Alright, what's his movement speed? 50, okay. Move him right there. He will hold an attack if anything essentially gets in range attacking Kanan, so. Or Jax. Either one.
With a bite.
Thanks, buddy.
With the bite, yeah.
Okay.
Well, I realized you were also in range because he doesn't have reach.
I just see something coming out and attacking me, and Fluskar's like, not
Yeah,
Kanan.
it's not mine. Oh boy.
Oh boy, is right.
Oh
See a
man.
swirl of magic
good roll.
energy begins to emanate from the sweet nectar of the spores in the ground around, begins to entice. This is a hypnotic pattern, which is a charm-like condition. So if you do have advantage against charms, you can roll with advantage.
What isn't Fey ancestry give you something?
It gives you advantage. Yeah,
Advantage, so I get one more roll then.
I don't need no
So it's-
advantage. 20.
let's go. Wow, wow. So I told you, 2 nat 20s, guys. I'm done for the night.
All right, so Jax and Flusgear, you are both fall prey to this charm-like state. You're incapacitated at a speed of 0. You can see from the illusion through the thickets of some of the trees and the other sorts of vegetation is this hideous creature that sits slightly lurking of a medium-sized stature with wiry shorts of gray hair and a crooked green nose with hands, and it's almost still like holding its hand out after just recently casting the magic. It holds its tongue outwards.
Oh. I can't do that. Never mind. It would be 2 advantages.
And then
I
is
have
going
Cloak of
to
Protection
move
too.
in this direction. You can only get advantage from one source.
Yep.
So
Yeah. No, that's why I said I can't do it.
another one runs in. 3 sickle strikes. 15, 18, and a 26. 26 is going to hit you. Deals 9 points of slashing damage. And you had temporary hit points from the heroism. I believe that should be ended. So
Yeah. Is the sickle magical?
it is.
God damn it.
Were you hoping it wasn't?
Yeah.
I gotcha. All right, so you should be.
'Cause I have the
92.
Ring of
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, the endurance. Yeah. See if it's turn. Lance, yep.
Okay. So I'm gonna get on down, see what we can do. Let's go. Yeah, I guess they're behind Pip will do. And do I have any indication that Jax and Blueskier are like out of it? Are they like looking up at the sky, stunned? Any?
I think you saw magic epicenter and a wafting of spores and things, and now they're both kind of like dazed, right?
Okay. Seeing that he's kind of out of it, I won't do this without your consent, but Jax, would you allow me to try to attack you to do some damage and snap you out of it?
Do your best, man.
Fuck it out.
Okay.
I'm not adverse to any of this stuff.
Okay. I don't attack others without player
No, it's
consent,
fine.
but-
I get it. Don't ever worry about that with me.
Okay, so I'm going to first turn off Sharpshooter.
No. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
Well, no. Dustin has a rule. What's the rule, Dustin?
Yeah.
Yeah, what is the rule?
Sharpshooter's on. you
Don't
turn it
ever
off.
turn off Sharpshooter.
Sharpshooter's turning off. I'm going to attack Jax.
Okay.
And crit.
No,
13 does
actually,
not
probably
hit.
misses.
13 is not hit Jax.
Oh my god. This is what I get for trying.
Wouldn't you have
Uh,
advantage?
No.
Sorry?
There's no
Oh.
advantage for charmed or incapacitated.
No, unfortunately.
They're still moving. They're just like touching at the rainbows, you know, seeing the stars
Yeah.
as colors. in
I'm
the
high
map.
on shrooms right
Yeah,
now.
I'd
is
be-
what it is.
Shit. Fuck. Okay.
It's contemplating.
Well, just to not entirely waste my turn, I'm going to go for the one back here
Okay.
on my second attack.
How did you change that to a triangle thing?
Oh, actually,
If you hold down
No,
a certain
what I'm saying,
key and then ping, it changes it.
yeah, I'll go for this guy over here because that'll proc my Horde Breaker. I'll put Sharpshooter back on. Wapow, there's the crit.
All right, crit. Natural 20.
Thank God you
Deals
didn't
29
attack
Good
points
thing
of
he didn't
damage.
shoot
Yeah, with
Jackson.
that. And that'll ricochet to the right or to the left.
20 hits. You do
Still swinging
18
for the
points
fences.
of bludgeoning and thunder damage.
Okay. And so Horde Breaker should satisfy. Let me confirm that it doesn't have to be them. It might be.
Are you
Actually, I
talking
think
about-
it is. I think I have to target this one to his left with the Horde Breaker attack. So then I'll go for him.
Yeah, you hit once, the sling bounces to the other, then you got to target the one that you're doing for Horde Breaker, which is the
Yeah.
next one adjacent. Yep.
Okay, so
19 hits,
Still
so
not
you do
bad.
22 points of bludgeoning and thunder damage.
okay, and that'll ricochet to the right.
20 hits, you do 22 points of bludgeoning and thunder damage. Creature dies.
Okay, and that should be my turn. Thank you.
All right, Domin.
So, question: if I was to Eldritch Claw Tattoo to extend my unarmed reach, if I can grab something, or if I can hit something with an unarmed, I can grab it.
I'm trying to think about what you're attempting to do. We could just,
I-
tell me what it is that you want to do, and then we
I-
can figure it out.
I know. what
I'm
he's trying to do.
essentially walking past these motherfuckers and going to grab the hag. The issue is I'm going to be 10 feet away, so I was going to use the Eldritch Claw to grab her because it extends my melee reach.
Yeah, but you can use your bonus action, get 15 feet of reach, and then you're going to attempt to grapple them. Is that what you said?
Yeah, that's going to be my goal. Is
Specifically says melee attacks with a weapon or an unarmed strike. It does not say it is. This grapple would not constitute that.
okay.
If it's very specific, with the language, I have to adhere to it because it does not state that you can grapple with it. If it was
Sentinel man.
more general, it would say as an action with a combat, something relevant and more general
Yeah.
that you could do with 15. Yep.
Okay. That's fine. Then I am still going to walk past these guys. So I will take the 2 attacks of opportunity.
Yeah. Well, you moved.
Oh, yeah, I guess I got to move back, huh?
Gotta move back. I gotta go through the swings. Gotta go through the motions. Come on. Wait! Don't move. Let me hit you. Come on. 21 hits. You take 9 points of slashing damage.
Yeah, that's fine.
Proceed. "24 hits. You do 14 points of slashing and psychic damage.
Okay.
Succeeds
swing.
on concentration. Next attack is a 14. That'll be a miss.
All right. I am going to action surge.
I'm gonna fucking kill this thing, huh?
Or not, because I am not rolling.
Jesus, man.
13 does
Fucking
not
shit.
hit. 19 hits. So you do 17 points of slashing and psychic damage. Concentration ends.
I'm going to activate Fire Wound.
Fails to the 7. They take 5 points of fire damage and are restrained.
And bonus action, I'm going to hit it with the pommel of my thing. Just fuck this guy.
You're not using the claw tattoo then for the force damage. You're just
No.
one. Get those. Okay.
Yeah.
13 hit. 20 hits. You do 13 points of bludgeoning damage. Crushing into the greenish creature, the humanoid kind of takes the blood, slashes through wild with the slight of this robe, this garment of sorts of twinge and disgusting mushroom that's been kind of contorted into this gown. They take the blows once, twice, and they bash him in the back of the head. They're whirling as the shackles are around them. They're holding, "Let me go!"
You will take me to my wolf, and I will end my turn.
All right, this one is going to move here. Is not going to trigger the held because it's not within range, I believe. Who's here? It's going to be a 9, which misses. 2 attacks once. 17 hits you, Jax. You take 8 points of slashing damage. And the last attack comes through with the 13. That's going to be a miss. And Jax, you're going to be next.
All right. And I'm not charmed anymore, so I can do whatever I want to. All right.
That's
I'm going to avoid opportunity attacks here and Misty Step. So that's within 30 feet?
Yeah, you'll see a black little circle. You can
Oh,
actually just click
yeah,
there. You don't have to drag. You already clicked, so you have to
okay.
move down manually.
That's hard to see on this map.
Yeah, just know that if
Alright.
you use any ability or spell that has some form of teleportation, it generally is automated, and just click where you want within 30 feet and it will take you. You can't see your ring because you decided to be black with your color. It's the color of what you chose, so that's why you
I
can't.
can't do anything with Jax right now either. I can't even drag him, move him.
Well, you have your measure ruler out. You don't have your
Oh, that would be why.
You're measuring, yeah. You want to go there.
There we go.
There you go.
That's my Misty Step. Actually, I don't get anything for this one, so I'm going to move another 20 feet here, and I'm going to shoot 2 Eldritch Blast at her.
Okay. First blast comes out of the eye at the center point of your head. 16 with advantage is not going to land. As you see the shackles wildly moving, the duck underneath, twisting towards you, staring at you. Get out of here!
He's restrained. That's why you have advantage.
Oh, okay. And one more.
Stack. It's 26 and that'll hit. You do 4 points of force
Those
damage.
Rolls. Now,
You don't have agonize. You don't have the repulsor, right? The repelling.
mm-mm.
Okay. Yeah, because I was gonna say if you did have it, it wouldn't be applicable because they are shackled to the ground right now, so you can't push them.
Nope, don't have it, and that ends my turn.
All right, Keenan, it's your turn. You're 10 feet in the air. Creature is approximately 10 feet from your location, just adjacent.
I'm actually gonna come down. I'm also on the ruler. I am going to mount Fluskier. So
Okay.
I will drop once I get over him.
Do you want me to match you, or do you remember how to do it?
Let's see. I
the
gotta
question.
target him. Hit the M button. No.
It should be him.
Hey, that a boy.
Okay. He'll just tell him, go after the hag. These things are unimportant. And he's gonna hold. Actually, is it an action to mount?
Is it an action to mount something? No, it actually takes half of your movement speed to mount.
Okay, that's right. Yeah. Yeah. So he'll hold his Eldritch Coil tattoo for when Fluskier gets him within range of the hag, which would be 15 feet.
Okay. The coiling grasp.
Yes. Sorry. Good
Okay.
calling grasp.
Yeah. Okay.
And that'll end his turn.
All right, Pip, you're up.
Okay, hang on. Let's- It has to be within 6 days. Let's see.
Y'all did hear Donlin tell it that it's going to take him to its wolf, right? So, like, if you guys kill it, I'm just saying.
Fails with a 12. It's going to take 17 points of psychic damage and cannot use this reaction array because it's restrained.
Yeah, we heard, but Now she's hurt.
Yeah, we heard you. Honestly, you might kill it with just fire damage at this point.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was worried about. I was kind of hoping that me leaving the two short fucks over there, that they would go kill the short fuck.
So you assume you're on Fluskier, so you assume the movement speed of Fluskier. Fluskier's going to take you where you need to go. Normally with mounts, they actually are going to be just subsequent in terms of your turn, how that works. But because Fluskier is its own independent sheet, you just assume its movement on its turn because it's just an independent character separately than that. So you're free to move at your leisure. And I believe that you need to select the
There we go, there you
wolf and move the
Yeah.
wolf. Yeah.
All right, so he can move 50. I'm actually gonna try and angle him so he doesn't create an attack of opportunity. I don't know if I can. I might have to sidestep.
He's big. He's a big boy.
50 feet. Token collide. What?
You
There's a
ran into
tree.
it. There's a tree.
Oh, is it solid? I see.
Yep.
50 feet, and then I'll have him dash.
This is a forest, sir.
I'm like way zoomed out, so I can't really see.
Run through the tree, Fluskier. What? It's a full tree. Just run through it.
It's the speeder scene from Jedi. Where
Yeah,
you're,
from the
like,
Jedi.
in the forest. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so that's going to
all
put you within range.
Yeah, so that's gonna trigger this, which is probably just gonna kill her.
Okay,
This
so
point.
they are going to succeed with an 18 against
Wow.
this. So they are going to take half of the 10, I believe.
And that's enough to die.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I don't think they take.
No,
I
they
think
take
it's
no
all or
damage.
nothing.
It's all or
Yeah,
nothing.
so
They
no-
take no
nothing
damage,
happens.
and they are not grappled. Nothing happens. You reach out with
Yeah.
the cooling grasp. Where's the tattoo placement on your body?
It would be on like his right shoulder.
Right
So it would
shoulder.
come down his arm.
Yeah, it kind of comes down your arm and lashes from your hand towards them. And this coiling mechanism, almost like a spring coil that just like extends towards them, almost trying to grab them. You can see them thrashing, and they just kind of smack it back, and it kind of comes back in your hand, back into the shoulder position.
Yeah, and that was his held, and Blueskier dashed, so that's the end of his turn.
Wait, see, come to me in cool ass tattoos. Was this an advertisement?
Right.
Yeah.
did you just advertise we were in a tattoo
I did.
parlor?
Man,
now?
got a victim
I
commercial
Man,
break.
that's
Man.
advertising his tattoo parlor.
Yeah.
Sponsorship
I
over
did.
here. What the fuck?
We don't even know if our wolves are alive, but this man is taking time to advertise his goddamn tattoo parlor.
Hail corporate.
I got a good one I'm working on. I just need some discovery points here.
I too want a cool ass tattoo.
There you go.
Specifically, an ass tattoo.
Go ahead and roll
Where you put the
2d6 for me. I don't think it rolled, so go ahead and roll 2d6 for the fire damage.
Goddamn.
Oh no, Dotland killed her.
You talking shit to us, and you're gonna kill her.
I didn't kill her.
They're alive!
I
They take
had
9
her.
points of fire damage. You see them burning from the shackles, screaming out in pain. As they scream outwards, they look towards you, Donlin, as they turn themselves. They are just restrained, doesn't mean they can't do things. And they begin to cackle their hands outwards in a lightning bolt. Point blank rage towards you.
Yeah, that's fine.
They hold their hands outwards, light extending out towards you. You're going to succeed with a 14, halving 35 to 17 total points of lightning damage, as you're able to kind of brace against the onslaught of the lightning. You see them kind of holding downwards, breathing is difficult, pulled into the ground by your shackles. They get to repeat their strength save, I believe, at the end of their turn. I'm going to go ahead and end it just to see if it does it automatically. Yeah, there it goes. So it does do it automatically. They did succeed with a 15 against your DC 14. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, so they are no longer shackled, but that was the end of their turn.
Good.
This one sees you, Pip, runs over, as it hops. It is going to do something a little bit different to you that it has. So it's not going to swing its sickle at you. It is going to take its boots and launches itself from the ground and tries to curb stomp you.
Like a Goomba.
Impressive.
Interesting.
going to prompt you for a dexterity saving throw. You are going to succeed on this, and this is an all or nothing. So you simply just get out of the way as it kind of comes into curb stomp you. It is going to launch itself just into the side because it's like vaulting towards you and then gets on the other side of you with a large jump. Otherwise, this would have knocked you prone and potentially did 17 points of bludgeoning damage to you. You didn't get out of the way.
Wow.
Lance, you're up next.
Okay. Let's start by trying to get the one off of Pip. I should say, it looks like he's in some dense foliage. There's actually a tree here. Do I need to move to have... Is he, like, fully obscured from me?
I don't think so.
Okay.
He's in foliage. I wouldn't give him any cover. If cover's not presented, I'm not going to give it, so...
Okay. Yeah. Just making sure. But in that case, then I'll just step there, go ahead and shoot.
Yeah, it's a good question. I think in terrain-wise, he's actually a little bit higher up on that knoll, so you'd be able to see him with your bullet lower. So, you're good. Fire away.
Sharpshooter comes off, and fire away.
You also have sharpshooters, so ignore any cover anyways.
Yeah, it's more that I wanted to make sure he wasn't fully obscured, as in I can't target him because of the foliage.
Yeah, makes sense.
I don't need to use that Bardic Inspiration. I think a 21 will hit.
All right, you deal 11 points of bludgeoning thunder. You can see it shockwave through the brambles in the trees and splinter into the tree nearby. Kind of sends it back, and just like an Ewok, flies back into the... That was a bad choice.
Loads up another shot.
Ewok getting blasted by stormtrooper.
Jesus Christ.
Welcome to the jungle, baby.
Don't compare these fugly things to Ewoks, man.
It's the animation, though. It's very similar when you think about it. The way they fly back, they like shoot up and they get blasted.
I think, well, how long do I have Bardic Inspiration for? A minute? 10 minutes?
I believe 10 minutes.
I might still use it for a skill check after. I think a 19 will hit. So
19 hits. You do 18 points of bludgeoning thunder damage. And the same thing happens to that one. This one more in clear range without a lot of things in the way. Kind of shoots back into the foliage as it lands with a large plow.
Sorry about that, Pip. You good?
I'm good.
That'll be my turn. Thank you.
All right. Dylan, you're up.
Donlin's going to put away his glaive. He's going to walk up, and he's just going to grab the hag by both of his hands.
All right, go ahead and make a grapple check, so athletics. All right, natural 1. It is going to be grappled.
Are you ready to take me to your sisters and my wolves now?
Continues to move around as you grab it.
Okay. Then I will non-lethal unarmed strike it in the face. Or not.
Natural 1. So you grab it, you try to grab your fist at the same time, you realize you can't make it happen, you just go back to holding. The creature seems to be very strong in comparison to how weakly and sickly it might look.
I will end my turn with it grappled.
Alright, Jax, you're up. You are
You're muted.
if you are talking.
I am indeed. Thank you. I was sneezing. You have already lost this fight. Tell us where the wolves are, and maybe you live.
Make a persuasion check. Or intimidation. I think it's intimidation. But Could be either way.
Okay.
You said it very gently, so it's hard to tell which one it
Was it
was.
Well,
Gentle.
Jackson's not an
It was a-
he's not an
it was a-
he's
It
not
was
an
a
intimidating
gentle.
guy.
I feel like
He's not
know.
an intimidating guy, so
Yeah,
it's up
your
to you,
choice.
whichever one you
Yeah,
want.
it's your choice. Even persuasion's fine. It sounded persuasive to me rather than intimidating, but natural.
What?
Okay.
The dice are rigged today. I have
Michael
rolled
changed
almost
his-
as many nat ones as he has rolled nat 20s.
Michael changed his script. It's on Deucems now.
Yeah, I'm just changing scripts. You know me. Got a whole thing. I actually made it really cool. I made 2 macros. They're really complicated, but we can get to that. We might end up using them, so we'll see. I'm scripting for days now. Let me tell you. Anything else in your turn?
No. So I will in
All right.
turn.
Kanan, you are. It's your turn. You're on Flu's gear right now, so you can't move at the moment. But
Yeah.
unless you just
They seem to have a negotiation happening, so he's just gonna lean down to Blueskier and say, "If you think you can find your brethren, then kill him. Otherwise, we should wait." And then he's gonna just end his turn.
okay. All right, Pip.
Seeing how looks like Jack's already talking to her, he's just going to kind of just lay back and wait to see what happens.
Okay. All right. Kanan, go and have Flu's gear bite the hag.
And that's at advantage, right? Because of pack tactics.
Yep. 18 hits. Bites into the hag, ripping off its leg, and chunks a huge piece of its abdomen. That is the end of combat.
He's confident he can find them himself.
Can I chuck her body into a tree?
It's like just launcher.
Yeah, just like a launcher.
Well, search it first. It might.
There you go.
I know, don't throw it too far. Yeah, you threw it closer to me. That's fine.
I threw it closer to Lance. That's probably the more important thing.
Mm-hmm.
Pip
Which
is gonna-
direction?
Looks in the direction of northwest.
Be there in a sec. He's gonna look and see if there's anything, and the hag has anything worth getting.
Just leave her behind for now. We'll come back for it.
Yeah, he'll just tell Blitzker to head in the direction that whichever direction he's pointing. Let's go.
Northwest
cares
and just
nothing for
makes
his
way. It's
wolf.
almost like there's trails in here from the low swamp area, right? So it's kind of what they're heading into instead of the density of the wood region. Pip, you're taking time to investigate. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, he's just gonna see them like, I'll be there in a sec. And still
All right.
look.
Go ahead and make an investigation check, and then make a charisma saving throw. All right, so 7 here. You're pocketing through some of the gown work of the creature, trying to find maybe personal possessions, gold. Sweet nectar begins to envelop in a very strong aroma smell.
Oh no!
Out of curiosity, though, I do get advantage. Is it charm?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
More opposites there.
Wow.
Bipolar dice.
Oh my god.
All right, well, we're done with the session today because I don't think we're going to have any problems. with the fight
Just
coming
go
ahead.
break.
If we're just rolling natural 20s all the time, that's fine. All good.
Did you install karmic dice? Is this like for all of my bad rolls, they're getting the good rolls at this point?
I installed Karmic Dice. Yeah, that's damn straight. No, I did not install Karmic Dice. All right, so with the time right now, I'm thinking an early break before we get into the next sequence of stuff. Probably give us a break to get drinks, things like that, because we might be in some combat for a little while, depending on how you all approach this. If you're watching the stream, thanks so much. Really appreciate it. We're going to take a 10-minute break or so, so we'll come back probably at the top of the hour, 7 p.m. PST. Thanks so much for watching, and we're back.
Bye, chat.
Oh.
All right, for joining us, thanks so much. Really appreciate it. I'm going to get back into the session for the last half of it, so 2 hours. So as we're beginning to navigate away from this area, you're following the trail of Fluskier. Fluskier is also being stealthy at this point, trying to be moving at almost like half of the normal of its speed, right? So it's trying to be as much as like skulking and kind of stalking its prey in a way. And the environment around you is just increasing. It's becoming more thick. More large mounds of things are kind of clinging to themselves. And then eventually there are trails that are actually beginning to flourish. And the ground itself is having more pooling like effect instead of just a shallow layer of water. So water is now pooling. The water itself is becoming greenish and tinged. There's cobwebs on the trees. There's just an environment of insects and other sorts of creatures that are calling to this place. All the while, this is an illusion which you all have broke. And so normally this illusion would present maybe a forest, right, that you come through, and it's exactly the same as the Smallwood. But you have been able to see through this illusion and see that the land here has been cultivated and changed to look like this over many years. This type of magic requires a high level, and some of those who use magic, especially you, Lance, with your knowledge, would understand that this creature would have to have been nested here for a long time to influence the land like this, change it. Which stands to reason that Ulyssa was telling the truth. How long they have been here and how long they have done their things. You now have visible range up ahead of a large, massive tree that is growing. Something you didn't necessarily see, Kanan, because your true sight has a range factor and you can't see. But this tree would most likely stand above the canopy, which is normally 50 to 60 feet at maximum. This ranges to about 80 feet. And again, it's an oaken tree, which has a large, kind of wide berth to it and sits... Think of the poor birds, yeah. And sits very wide open and gross and things. There's mushrooms all clinging to it. It has this tiered step as it reaches towards it of natural growth and vegetation of the shrooms, the hyphae, and the branches of the roots of this large tree. Rickety is a door that sits just slightly facing south towards your kind of general direction. And there is smoke that is billowing from some of the cracks of the actual tree bark that have been made into spouts or billows for like a chimney. You hear the bah of many sheep mucking about in an open area between the trails and the tree. Nah. Nah.
I bet those aren't real sheep.
Hanan, do you think the sheep creatures we fought back there possess the same vision as the hags?
Possibly, although I have no reason to suspect that specifically.
So I will cast Masking Many Faces on myself, and I will turn into the hag that we just killed behind us.
Okay, I think I can do this now.
Do I need to click it or anything for you?
No,
or just,
no, hold on. I think I can actually do this. Let me see. I can just change your appearance on a shape change.
Oh, that's
now.
cool.
Yeah. So instead of it used to be wild shape polymorph. Now there's an appearance only, which just does the artwork and stuff.
Nice.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So bear with me, guys. I don't think we want to stay out here and fight all these. Our goal is to get into the tree with the smoke coming out of it over there. I need you to act like you're under my influence and I'm bringing you there. The worst that happens, we do have to fight out here. The best that happens, we get through all of this. Any thoughts?
Works for me.
Right, suppose that works.
Just follow me. Be ready to fight.
I have an idea, and I'm just going to turn myself invisible.
So I'm going to try to guide them through here.
He approaches you. As it does, it looks. Looks towards the rest of you. Its eyes are wide.
Go.
Kanan, you're close
They're with
enough.
me.
That is no sheep.
Go. Go away. They're with me.
Right. I need everyone to roll initiatives.
Fuck. No, I tried, guys.
It was a valiant attempt.
Oh, that was, yep. Nice.
Probably should have just kept walking, to be honest.
To be fair, you might have been able to sell that you had captured us. I'm not sure it was going to buy that the giant wolf was just following you for shits and giggles.
Yeah, I was trying to pull off like the charm that she did to us, you know?
Hmm.
I don't know. I mean, I would assume the wolf could be charmed, but who knows?
I'm going to drop just new tokens down so I don't have to go to each one of these and try to polymorph them.
If you zoom out far enough, because of the foliage on the trees, the sheep up there by the tree look like carrots.
That's a good way.
They do.
What's the range of your true sight, Kanan?
30 feet,
30
I
feet,
think. Let
yeah.
me double check.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
30 feet of true sight.
Right, so the 5 sheep that are around the steps, that's just up above you at the current moment, belong to the area there. There is some statue work, some maybe totems, right work. Those sheep are not changing into these small, gnomish, kind of looking creatures with the sickles and the boots of iron, cows of red. And so to you, Kanan, you know that your true sight has a range. So you see them as sheep, but it stands odd, I think, to everybody that they're not changing in their illusionary appearance to these creatures you have faced before. Before we begin combat, before we start with you, Donald, something to note in terms of what you did, Jax, is you told them to go away, and you shooed them as you did. And so you don't necessarily see through that immediate like Kanan does. What the creature was actually doing was smelling you.
Yeah.
To see if you smelled like sweet nectar. And immediately when you said to shoo, go away, took itself back, grabbed its sickle, and changed from its sheep form to the creature you see in front of you. So Donlin, we now start with you. Donlin, you, on health-wise, just be mindful, you're 66 hit points right now in terms of your health. It's your turn. You're at the start of this combat.
Yeah. There's no hags out here, so I am going to use my last giant's might. Run out of its designated attribute. What? Oh, these aren't linked again? Let me fix that.
I have it linked. I think you might be clicking.
No, I just had to change it on the attributes thing, but the features was showing correctly.
Yeah.
So
That's all we care about. That's all we care about.
Alright, that's bonus action. Are these things small enough to throw?
They are small-sized creatures. You'd have to grapple it, and then you'd have to chuck it. I can tell you right now, they have iron boots on, and they look to be very difficult to chuck.
Fine, I'm a giant and I have a 13 athletics. I think this is worth it.
I say he didn't say it's impossible.
To try to grapple it.
All right, this creature has advantage on grapple checks.
He's trying to wrestle an angry chihuahua right now.
I know, right?
Mhm.
It is going to fail with a 21.
Oh
It's going
boy,
to be grappled.
that's a big roll.
As you grapple the creature, it is surprisingly heavy for a small-sized creature. It actually weighs twice as much as you when you are normally small.
Weighs as much as a normal person. Got it.
Correct.
Oh, well, that's fine. I'm still a giant. Yeah, I just want to chuck him. I don't even care where. I just want him to go away and like show that I can throw them.
You're just going to throw him. All right, why don't you
Yeah, I'm
just
just gonna throw him.
ping where you want to throw him here?
You know what? We'll throw him up here towards the door.
Yeah,
I want
so
the hags to know I'm here.
you're making me think I need to make a new rule called dwarf tossing. A new combat action. Chucking small things. Chucking small things. I've only really seen
I
players
have a
chuck
problem
other
with dwarf
players.
tossing, okay?
Okay, I've only seen players chuck other players. I've never seen a player chuck an enemy just for the fun of it. So that's interesting to me. What I'm going to do here is I'm just going to have you do another athletics check, and we're going to say you can do maybe half of that roll in terms of feet, and we'll round up.
Okay.
Oh my
Alright.
god.
That's a crazy amount. So that'll be 12 round. Yeah, so we'll go 13. It's basically like 10 feet or so. We'll put it at 15. Basically, so you get them all the way there. That's pretty far. For
Yep.
15 feet is pretty far. They're going to land. And they land on their boots. The boots are kind of like topsy-turvy. They're pretty agile creatures, so they want to be. So I'm not going to have them do a roll. I'm just going to chuck them in that general direction. They land on the boots with a large skid, grabbing the sickle out. They look towards you. And yeah, I agree. Jax, you raised your hand here. You said you have a problem with dwarf tossing. I think this creature would also have a problem with that as well. They look very angry towards you, Donlin.
Oh
You
my
can go
god.
tell the one you serve we're here. I'm here
That's
from a
too
wolf,
funny.
and I will end my turn.
All right. This one is going to make a dash, running full bore towards you, Donlin. All right, Flu's gears up.
So he was leading us here. My interpretation is he would continue to go towards where he either thought the other wolves were, or he smelled or sensed.
Flu's gear smells him
know
at the
if he-
tree.
Yeah, okay, so he's just going to keep going that way. 50. Oh, he'll take the opportunity attack. It's fine.
Okay.
There.
I will move this token to do the opportunity attack. And it's going to be upon Flu's gear. That's 21, deals 10 points of Flu's gear. Your true sight now kicks in. All 5 of these sheep are your wolves.
Yep.
Except for one of them. That one appears to be some sort of odd person. They're kind of human, maybe a half-elf. But they look very muddy, kind of almost like they've been drugged through mud. They have some clothes underneath that, but it's difficult to tell. And they're currently on their knees, not bonded by anything. And they're just kind of moving like this with very glazed over eyes. The wolves, as you see them, they also appear to be very sickly, but not necessarily in an entranced state. Maybe a charm-like state, and they're almost incapacitated as they're kind of like laying on their sides, and they're kind of moving very oddly.
All right. I think he would. Let's see. How far is that? And 15. All right. Well, knowing that, how far did he move?
How far did you move?
40, I think it was
you
45,
went
right? Yeah.
You went 45 feet to get to there.
So he's got 50 there. He will use. Oh, I'm on my sheet. Hold on. Cold breath.
Let it rip.
only going to catch the one probably, but
It's not. Yeah, it's not a very large cone. It's only 15 feet, and it
Yeah.
does have a. Let's see. I think I changed it for you. No, it still has the recharge mechanic. So. Looks like it didn't roll the Constitution save.
yeah, I don't think I targeted him.
All right, it's going to fail. It's going to take 22 points of cold damage.
And then that will end his turn.
All right, ending turn. All right, Jax, you are up. I think you rolled from your not your hag appearance. I think you rolled from your other thing. But
Yeah. Yeah.
are you changing back?
Yeah, I mean, if it's a free action to drop the disguise since it's not working, then yeah, I'll just drop it.
Make sure this is accurate. 17.17. Yeah, that is. Yeah, I imagine. I was like pretty sure you rolled initiative not from the hag one. But yeah, you're up.
No, I rolled from my character sheet, so it should have been.
Yeah, you're good.
All right, I'm going to hold my attack for the first one of these little creatures that gets into melee range with us.
Hold which attack?
A dagger.
Just shank. Okay.
Yeah, the dark steel dagger.
Okay.
And that will end my turn.
All right. Hearing from the brambles and the shaking from high, very thick iron boots trudging through the thickets of these trees, you can hear a creature. Lance and Pip, both of you with your passives, are able to hear that creature advancing around the trails. Charges up. Dash. This one is going to come within 15 feet. Does not trigger the attack of the attack from you with your hell, because you said within melee range.
But he would trigger my polearm master.
Does it trigger? I don't know if you're going to kill him. You want to just toss him around. So 14 is going to hit. You do 15 points of slashing and psychic damage. The 26 is going to hit you, and that's going to deal 11 points of slashing damage to you on the first attack. It's going to go through two other attacks, 15 and a 13, both missing as it wildly swings them through. Lance, you're up next.
Okay. Move a smidge closer. I see an opportunity. Off to my left over here, I'm going to target this one.
All right, so 15 is going to hit, deals 21 points of bludgeoning and thunder damage. It crashes onto their shoulder. With a large crack, it splinters to the next one with the two birds.
Okay, ricochets to the left.
22 hits, you do 20 points of bludgeoning and thunder damage.
Okay, the Horde Breaker attack against the left one.
Yep. 24 hits, that deals 20 points of bludgeoning and thunder damage.
Which ricochets north.
That deals 19.
Okay. And I think let's see, those guys are 15 feet apart. Those guys, I think, are 10. Let's just try to get both of them off the board. So I'll just repeat my first attack. So northeast first.
13 is going to be a miss, which does not
That's
mean
a
you
shame.
can bounce it to the next one because you missed with the first one, correct?
Correct.
Because you only use Hordebreaker
Yeah.
once, right?
You still have my
Yeah.
inspiration?
I don't know if it's 10 minutes or not. We did
10
take a
minutes.
break, so technically it
Oh,
expired.
right.
10
Yeah,
minutes.
yeah.
10 minutes did pass. That 10 minutes change as we got to this area. You had a number of minutes to
Yeah.
get here,
Yeah.
so the time did advance.
Yep. Unfortunately, there's nothing else I can do. I guess
Nothing else. Hold on, everyone. Let's just take.
No,
let's pause
I
for a
understand. That was
second.
a ton.
Let's
That
pause
was a
for a
ton.
second. There's not much more I can do. I can't hit 100 damage.
No, I
100
can't.
damage. Can't get plus 100.
I totally understand. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Dave,
I
you're
need
so
my
funny.
reality
You're
check.
So funny, David. So funny.
Just bonus action. I will come over here and I would say give Donlin a nice back massage, but actually I'm going to poison his weapon for him with my poisoner feet.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, instead of being selfish with those glorious poisons, let's. I'll give you the standard poisoner feet one, and we'll see how that goes first.
Okay. So there is something a bit of a change. This is an item, correct?
Yes, it should be.
You have an item
my
for it.
inventory.
Let's see.
Yeah, I found it under consumables.
Poison feet.
Poison
Okay.
feet 9.
So there is a change to item piles. You actually can give each other items without opening a trade window. You can actually drag the
I
item
traded with him.
onto their token. No trade. You don't have to trade. You can actually drag the item and place it onto Donla's token, and it'll actually it'll prompt you to give it to him.
Non-consensual gifting.
No, he
that's
has
right.
to accept
Just
it.
smash it in
Donlin
the
has
face.
to accept it, but I think it works with players.
I just tried it, so we'll see.
Yep, it worked. And then
So
I just click the roll button to use it.
When you hit somebody next is when it would roll the damage, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So next time you hit somebody with your glaive,
You
or
can just
whatever
click
weapon
it.
you're using now.
Yeah, got it.
Okay.
That has maximized my action economy. Thank you very much. I am dumb.
You done your turn anytime, David.
Ah, shit. I keep forgetting.
Talk about
I'm just
maximizing
gonna
your
sit there
action
with a
economy.
shitty
He was
and
making
you
sure
will
that he
not
took
take your
those
turn.
30 seconds for this man.
Fuck you.
Held is triggered. Go ahead.
Oh shit! Hold on. There we go. Oh my god!
18 is going to be a hit.
It should still qualify for sneak attack, right?
Correct, but you're in 5 feet of an ally.
Yeah.
As 19
I
total
just
points of
like to make
damage, and you shank it as it's coming towards you with a large stab directly in the center point of its chest. This one is going to run up towards. Hold on, my bad. That's not that one's turn. Not.
You're welcome,
yet.
Donlin. I saved your life.
Oh, it's not even that one's turn for a while. Okay, never mind. Caden, you're up.
All right. So he'll just shout to the party, these sheep up here are our friends, our wolves. Blueskier is rather injured. And then he is going to amplify an energy barrage. Try to get some restraints happening here. Get down there.
Looks like 2 are going to fail. I believe the one closest to you and the one to the back are both going to fail. They're going to be restrained as you let go, and amplification, the powering from your body begins to send. You described them as spikes, right? As they kind of send outwards from you, right?
Yeah, it was like rippling shadows on the
Rippling
on the
shadows
ground,
on
so
the ground as
like
it
a-
comes through.
a
Yeah.
mist, yeah.
And it comes up and kind of spikes him into the ground in that restraint. Okay.
Yep. And then bonus action, I will use the Crown of Alderfist. I must target a token before rolling the attack. Yeah, I'm giving everybody in 60 feet, including Blueskier, the D6 Bardic.
Okay. And I'm going to change it so you don't have to target anything with it because the doesn't actually apply anything. So I changed the item, so you should just be able to click it now.
Okay. Yeah, there we go.
Yep. Ta-da! I think I actually figured out a way to do the Bardic Inspiration, but it's totally fine. You cannot target Pip, so it's just the 3 of them. And you can target Fluskier if you want.
Yeah, I was going to say, everybody that's in range, including Flusker.
Yep. Ta-da! All right.
And that'll end his turn.
Okay. Ending turn, this one is going to run up towards Fluskier, and it's going to go for 3 attacks, 22 hits. Goes 8 points of slashing damage for the first one. 23 hits, does 10 points of slashing damage for the second one. And 22, good rolls, 7 points of damage to Fluskier. On the end there, the tail of the third attack, you see Fluskier is getting lacerated, multiple attacks, and they're bleeding frozen blood as it drips down and forms into these ice crystals. Fluskier kind of falters downwards, he snarls and looks to the right. He sees the creature ends its turn. Pip, you're up next.
Okay. No, it's
You cut out.
Yeah, I couldn't hear you. I was like,
no, I'm
hello?
just thinking.
Not pattern.
A little taste of their own medicine, kind of.
Either you're lagging, I'm pretty sure you're lagging, because nothing is happening with you when you place it down, so I
Oh,
guarantee
wait. No?
you're not concentrating, which at the very least would do it.
Is that what it
Here we-
did?
He charmed
I think he
himself.
just hypnotic patterned himself.
Oh. That makes no sense. I placed a template and I hit.
Hold on.
Pip, now's not the time to have a good time.
I
He's
want
just
that
breaking out the
good.
party drugs.
Sorry. Okay, hold on. All right, let's put the spell slot back. Go ahead and try it again, and let's see if we. I think you lagged out, and it didn't let you put it down because it's like acting like you didn't do it and then put it on use. Try it again. If not, then we'll manually do the rolls.
Well, it shows him targeting himself.
Okay, you can see I'm placing it, so that's.
I can see the template now come out. There it goes.
Yeah, I did this. There it goes. I don't know. Weird last time.
Nice.
I think, like I said, I think you lagged during the workflow, and it didn't. It like stopped. It's what my console says. So.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah.
Hotel.
So you are going to be successful on a couple, 3 of them actually. Looks like they're going to fall prey to that incapacitation and that charm-like state. These creatures not being immune to that. They seem to almost gather mushrooms, and they're different towards the ground with their sickles, kind of cutting the mushrooms off like they're imitating harvesting and foraging. Anything else for your turn?
Yeah, I'm gonna inspire the wolf.
The wolf is already inspired with a D6 of inspiration,
right,
so
right,
you will replace that with your
Never mind.
with yours if you wish. That's your choice. But
No, I forgot he had that. So.
okay.
There you go.
Donald is also inspired with the D6.
Oh
So-
yeah, everyone got that, but me.
Do
Depressing.
you want to? Do you still want to do it or not?
No, never mind. That was my fault. I forgot he did that for everyone. I was like, I didn't see on mine having it.
Yeah.
So
Gotcha. Just make sure to
Yeah, I was
add.
too far away.
Yeah, just make sure to add right your slot, so you remind yourself. This one is going to make a dash 50 feet. Ooh, we got this one. All right, this one is going to move here.
That
and
one's
is-
restrained.
Oh yeah, it is. Hold on. I think your target is still on them. I couldn't see it. Thanks for reminding me.
Yeah, Adam, you rules lawyer. God.
No. It's going to take its action to break that. So I can just take its action to break, and then we'll do the same thing. No, 20. It's going to go here. terms of its movement. So it's going to basically go where it was removing its restraint up to you, Jax, and you, Donlin, but it uses action to do that. This one is Hypnotic Pattern, has no saving throw unless it is attacked or action taken to waken up. This one is going to climb over the slope here, difficult terrain for it. Then it's going to take a dash and get to here. And this one is going to take a dash to get to here. All right, Donlin, you're up. This is round 2.
See, everyone's in a hurry to die, so we will give them what they want.
Hurry to die. Yeah, good thing you got the Bardic Inspiration. 16's gonna hit. 27 points of slashing and psychic damage.
Add your poison. He needs to make a con save for that poison.
Inventory.
I think it's a DC
14.
8 plus, yeah, DC 14 because 8.
Okay. They
No,
are
DC
gonna...
15 if it's Wisdom.
Well, the DC, yeah, so your DC, it says a DC 14 con saving throw is what it says in the thing. So you have to figure out if
I'll have
it
to
is
check
that
my
or
Discord
not.
messages. I thought we edited the feat that it just follows the standard poison crafting progression
Sure.
when you
I mean,
made the poisons craftable.
yeah,
For now, do whatever. I'll just go check real fast.
gotcha. It is going to fail with a 13 versus the DC of 14. It is going to take the additional 8 points of poison damage and die.
All right.
Worth.
We're gonna look at this one up here.
Gargoyle's Blood. 20 hits, and you do 24 points of slashing and psychic damage.
And then I'm going to slam its face into the ground with the backside of the glaive.
Like a garden gnome, you come to smack it down into the yard. Go ahead. 22 hits, you do 14 points of bludgeoning damage, you smack it down into the yard.
And I will.
I didn't get any laughs out of that. I thought that would be funny. But I get you're all just
I need to get to my wolf first before you're allowed to make any jokes, okay? I have to know that my wolf is safe before this is allowed to happen.
Oh, it's already dead, dude.
And I will end my turn.
all right, this one is going to run up and attempt
It's
to drop kick
going to
you.
get an
Dom.
attack.
Go ahead. Kills it.
It just impales him as he's trying to drop kick you.
Yeah, just
All right,
like,
Bruce,
oh,
yours up.
hi.
Michael, he was all excited about the drop kick coming.
So does he need to roll to see if he got his breath back?
Yeah, I think you don't have GM permissions, but you can go into the NPC sheet and then you can click uses, click that dice icon, and it'll automatically do it.
Yep, and it failed. Okay, so he doesn't have it. All right.
Good move suggestion.
You can't move
Yeah,
to
well-
take an attack.
Yeah, there's
Oh, they're
one right
hypnotic
here.
patterned.
No,
Oh,
not
oh.
this one. Yeah, he's also he doesn't want to leave the other wolves. I don't think. He's just gonna bite that one. Wow. Fucked it. 4 and a 2. Jesus.
All right, so a total of 12. That's going to be a failure.
This is the bite. Is that a full action for him?
Yeah, it is a full action for Flucier.
Okay. Yeah, and then he's just gonna hold tight because he's kind of pinned.
Yep.
Alright, so
Jax,
everything's around me.
He's dead.
I want to make a sprint up to here. With my movement, not a sprint. You know what I'm saying? I'm running fastly up there. I've seen this guy take a lot of damage. I'm going to use my bonus action, fast hands, to. Oh man, I'm going to toss a potion of greater healing Hold on, what is greater healing? That's 4d8 times 4. I'm gonna do a potion of healing. 2d8 plus 4 to the wolf here.
All right, go ahead and press C for target, and then you gotta target the wolf. I think you are. Yeah,
I just can't tell with Kanan. That's the only problem. So
you would see it. You would see it on Kanan's thing. Narrate to me how you're doing this. I wanna put it in my mind.
So I'm not gonna lie to you. You might want to mute your stream for this one. But his hind end is facing me right now.
Shoving his ass.
Oh, we're not doing some
Bob the ass.
I'm just saying. I mean, you know, there are some beliefs in the medical field that when you're getting an IV, the fastest way to get the fluids in your system is to go right there.
You couldn't just like pour it in his wound or something?
No. What fun is that?
What fun is that? I guess. Well, the narration is there. It speaks for itself. I don't think I need anything more than that. All right, 14 to Fluskier.
All right, and then I'm going to. I think I had 5 feet of movement left. I can't do anything. I'm gonna move to this guy here, and dagger attack that dude right there.
Okay.
No, I do not want to use Bardic Inspiration.
11 is going to be piercing as you stab directly towards their shoulder, lacerating through.
And use bonus, use that. Yep, that's all for me.
All right, this one who has had a hell of a journey is going to use his dash as it brambles through the brushes, full headlong in a dash. Come to you, Lance. It's a dash to get there. Pass a charm. Lancer next.
Michael, did that guy run all the way around?
No, he just was. He was really far away, anyways. So basically, he was technically he was making pretty direct pathing, but he was a little bit, a little bit coming around.
Where the hell did you come from?
He is going to, I think, draw a dagger. I'm going to. Let's see, which delicious poison do I want to use today? Ooh, this one looks fun. I will bonus action cover that blade in a potion of the beetle, and then make a couple of attacks against this fellow.
Okay.
So get a dagger out and start swinging. Also, let me turn off sharpshooter just to be safe. I don't know if it would actually affect it.
No, it doesn't affect. It doesn't affect the melee attack. So.
Nope. I don't think I need Bardic for a 20. That's fine.
All right, 20 hits. You use 6 points of piercing damage, and then I'll make a con save here.
Yes, it's a DC 13 for this poison, I believe, right now.
Natural 1.
Yes.
Okay, so he is incapacitated. And I don't know the order of operations you would like for this, but I intended to use a trip attack maneuver on him. But I think incapacitated auto fails strength saving throws. So would you like me to make that before or after the poison?
Generally comes afterwards because you got hit, right?
Okay. Then, yeah, he would take a little bit of extra damage, and he auto fails the strength save from being incapacitated and goes prone.
Incapacitated cannot take actions or reactions.
Oh, I'm thinking of. I should have used the other poison, the paralyzed poison. Wrong poison. Sorry.
The blowfish or whatever.
Yeah, the blowfish. I gave you one.
Sorry, I should have never named pufferfish. It's not a blowfish. He's gonna succeed with a 23.
Plants, baby. Plants do what?
So it succeeds with a 23 against your trip attack, but I still think you add the 2 to the damage. It's just not knocked.
Yes, it's just 2 to the damage. He just doesn't go.
Yep.
And I'm going to attempt to grapple him with my other attack. Now I don't know what happens for contested checks. Excuse me, when you're incapacitated.
I don't think it matters.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, he's just like spasming. I put the blade away and just grab him by the shirt. And he's like, "You're coming with me, chuckle nuts." And I'll
I think
drag
it's
him
because
to
it
the
can't
waist.
take reactions, so it cannot react against. But you have a natural 20 as well. So.
However you want to roll it.
Are you moving away from them?
I'm dragging the guy with me,
You're dragging them with you.
which is why I only moved. I'd like to move 15 feet to this dead guy's space.
Gotcha. Are you gonna have Donlin throw them?
But, no, I look up at Donlin and it's like, bag this one. He's with us.
Bag this one. It's even worse. We're throwing them down. We're kidnapping
collecting specimens now.
I want to know how this one works.
In all the scenarios that Michael had for this encounter, I bet you none of this was on his.
I didn't think they were gonna get thrown like that. I didn't think they were gonna get experimented on. That's fucking ruthless. We hit the root
Could've
blood.
thrown him into a tree or something, you know?
discriminate.
We do not. We treat everyone equally.
Treat everyone equally. Everyone's an
terrible.
experiment waiting to happen.
Yeah.
I threw the hag. I threw these guys. The hag just happened to be dead before I got to throw him.
All right, Kane, you're up.
All right. He's gonna climb down off of Fluskier because he don't want to slow him down, given that he's already kind of hurt.
Okay.
Find it again. Hold on. Wait. On mount.
Got it.
Okay.
I'm so proud of you.
Oh, ruler.
Don't make that mistake. Michael will yell at you like he did.
Yeah.
Just hit the space bar. It's not hard, guys. You're on the dragon. Just hit the space bar. Really?
Don't worry. Now that you figured out the mount and unmount, he's gonna kill your pet. So.
Right. I am going to reach out and touch Jax on the shoulder and use an amplified chaos slice to enchant his dagger or whatever he's holding.
Yeah, it's the dagger.
Okay. It goes to a D8, correct?
Yeah, it adds a plus D8 and a +1 attack and damage.
Okay.
And then the bonus action attack if you kill something. And then he's just gonna try and interpose himself between. But is there a token underneath? Oh, that's my token. Never mind. I got so much stuff stacked up here. He's just gonna try and interpose himself between Bliskir and this gentleman. Just hold up his shield and just eyes on me. And that's gonna end his turn.
It's very noble of you to protect your wolf. No one will take it. Nobody.
That's also his link of communication back to Helga.
It's true. Pip, you're next.
Okay.
All right, bonus action to use Healing Word on Fluskier.
Pip doesn't do this often, so we'll see how bad it's going to be.
11. It's a miss.
About how we expected.
All right. 10 feet.
Got him next time.
Going to use its action to awaken the one in front. That is going to use the remainder of its movement speed. Come over here to you, Lance.
Lance is dragging the other one.
this one will attack you, Kanan, with 3 strikes of the sickle. 17 is going to be a miss. 15 is going to be a miss. And a 21 is going to hit you. This is magical slashing, so you'll take the full amount of 8 points as it comes through with the Wicked Sickle. End of its turn. Before it ends, I'll have it move 5 feet there, just to kind of wrap around. Seems to try to get 10 feet there. Best way to phrase this is it's trying to put you between the tree and it, is a good way to phrase it, is what you're noticing, Kanan. As it comes attacking, kind of jumps up onto that ledge and is almost like sidestepping a little bit in the way. Come to this one here. This one is actually going to take 3 attacks towards you, Pip. Sickle. 21 hits you. You take 10 points of slashing damage, and it prompts you for a con save.
Oh no.
As a success, second strike is another 11 points of slashing damage, prompts you for another concentration save. That is going to be a success. Last attack comes through. 14 will hit you. You take 11 points of slashing damage, and prompts you for another saving throw. And that will also be a success.
I can concentrate. So that's about
Melee
it.
range may not be your thing.
We are at
It's not.
round 3. Gonlin, you are up.
I'm going to deal with this one. Alright. Mithril Glaive.
27 hits. You do 18 points of slashing and psychic damage.
We're going to hit it again.
15 also hits. You do 17 points of slashing and psychic damage. You come wildly swinging your glaive through, slicing into them.
Bonus action, break its face.
17 is going to break its face for 12 points of bludgeoning damage. You crush it into the ground.
And then I'm assuming the lance has this one handled that's incapacitated. I am going to walk this way. And yeah, I'll begin walking up here so that way everyone is within range. I will end my turn.
Alright, ending turn. Fluskier's up next.
Right. No breath. Alright. He's gonna fight this one. Previous roll of bite has not completed. Discard previous. That should have been
16
an
is...
advantage, technically.
Yeah, 16 is going to hit. You do 8 points of piercing damage, and the target is knocked prone by...
Yep. And that's gonna end his turn.
Okay. Just comes with a white bite ripping through the legs, knocking down that creature. Jax, you're up, and the dagger has been changed in stance, so it should work.
Okay, I'm gonna just attack the one to my south that I did last time. Do not need Bardic Inspiration. And
18 hits.
attack, yes.
You 30 points of piercing and force damage as you come swinging through, stabbing directly towards the center point of the creature's head. Takes the blow into the head, still alive.
Wow. All right.
Tis but a
that's
flesh
going-
wound.
Yeah, I guess so. Just gonna yeah, that's gonna end my turn.
Incapacitated here gets to repeat the saving throw at the end of its turn.
Yep.
So it's another Constitution saving throw, right? Let's see. 23 is going to be a
He's
success.
back.
End of its turn. Still charmed from the hypnotic pattern. Lance, you're up next.
All right, let's see here. Chuckle nuts.
He's going to Let's see. 5, 10, 15 is as far as he can drag this guy. And
Where do you want him in position? Just like below you on the south side?
if I can put him to the west of me without expending any extra movement, because I've moved the maximum I can while dragging, great.
Yeah, you'll-
Otherwise, south is fine.
Yeah, it's gotta be here or where they're currently at. If it'll take
Yeah,
more
that's
movement to
fine
put
then.
them. Okay.
That's perfectly fine. I am going to attempt to attack him again with a dagger.
Okay. So make him a capacity to get. Like it.
Actually, no, I'm not. I'm not going to poison him this time around.
Oh, okay. Just go for a stab. All right.
Yeah,
Nice
so
little-
we'll add a bardic to that.
That's
you.
going to hit. You do 6 points piercing damage.
Most excellent. And I would like to apply a distracting strike to that.
Okay.
So the next time somebody hits him, he gets advantage. Which also does a little bit of extra damage.
Yeah, so it's going to do 5 additional points of damage, I believe, to them.
Okay.
And they are going to have advantage on the next attack against them.
And then I'm going to use my bonus action and my other attack to kindly look at Jax and say, cut here, please, with a commander strike.
Which one are you having me cut?
The one to the south of me.
All right, so make sure to target Jax and then click your commander strike, so it applies it.
Okay, so I've got Jax targeted, commander strike.
All right, now I attack the guy to the south, right?
Please.
Goes
You have
to
advantage because of the, whatchamacallit.
I don't. I mean, I could crit fit. I don't. I get sneak attack again too, right?
I say
Yeah.
roll another D. Yeah, because it's on my turn.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
could crit
I
fit.
think he's gonna die on this.
Roll another D20. Do it.
Wait, which one are
Alright.
you attacking? Hold on. Which one are you attacking?
This one, the one I have targeted.
No,
Oh,
I-
That's
I
why
was
I didn't.
asking you to target this guy.
that's why I said the one to the south of me. Okay,
Oh, no. I was asking
have
you
to-
to...
I got you. The one to the south of you.
Yes, please.
Okay,
Because
so
I
have
also
to
gave you
move-
advantage to target him with a...
Okay,
with
so
the
I have to
distracting
move
strike.
over to him then. Is
Could
that
you not
right?
throw a dagger?
You'd have to throw it.
You have to throw it. You don't get to move
Yeah,
as
but
part
then
of
I'm
the.
chasing daggers.
I'll throw you another dagger. I'll throw it
Oh
back.
my god! All right, so I guess I'm just using a regular dagger against that guy. Then I'm sorry, Michael.
Yes.
That's my
All
misunderstanding.
good, all good, all good.
All right, and then
You have
Nope,
advantage to hit.
yep. Trying to remember, it's control?
It'll automatically do it because the
Oh.
commander it is abilities on
Oh,
there.
okay.
If it doesn't
and
do
I
it,
will,
well,
I'm
the
not
regular
regular
deck.
Bardic.
Okay. All right. Well, it didn't do
Well,
it.
he said
but
it,
yeah.
Oh yeah, so I'll just roll a 20.
Roll a 20.
Crit.
It should have done it, but it didn't do it. That's
Nope.
okay. You didn't crit. You didn't crit.
Glad it wasn't
Seven
that.
7 points of piercing damage.
But I also don't get sneak attack with that. So.
You do. You do.
Not with a throne. I don't
Really?
think.
Because you had advantage.
You have advantage on it, and I'm within 5 feet.
Yeah.
of him.
Yeah, no, you still get advantage. You still get sneak attack.
It's any finesse attack.
Well, I'm going to take
Yeah.
your 13 from your previous attack. You have 3, 4, 6.
Sure.
So I'll take the 13 plus the 7, so it's a total of 20 points of damage on the dagger throw.
Thank you kindly.
That's why people use bows on rogues.
Because it's broken.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why I didn't use it.
All right, double the hurdy-gurdy. I thought that was very necessary for what was just happening in that moment. Hurdy-gurdy.
What? So I asked the one I did. I should have clarified the one to the south of me or him. That's why I
Yeah,
said
sorry.
the one to the south. So doesn't matter
So,
anyway.
May
Okay.
need to undo the damage on the other guy if you...
Nope.
It's not automatically
Oh.
applied. I have to apply it, so they're still good to go, I believe.
Because he doesn't
Let
trust
me-
Okay, bueno.
I mean,
does not
he
trust
doesn't
us.
trust me as a player to target the
Oh.
right guy. Is why.
No, he doesn't trust any of us as players to target the right people.
There was a time,
Okay.
I'll tell you something here. There was a time that I had damage automatically assigned, and oh boy, I'm going to tell you
Oh,
right
that-
now
yeah.
that it was more of a problem than it's actually giving you, because there's so many times that there's all these weird features or these bonus damages or something, and it's just
Yeah.
like you're giving tells away at that point. You can see the health condition when the damage is applied. You also might see them die, and so you're like, oh, I don't need to use that now because they're already dead,
Yeah.
right? So
Yep.
it's best to get the final thing and then I automatically assign it. Or not
It's probably like
final
the
thing
Wild
and
West,
then I
I would
assign it.
assume.
It's a little bit of Wild West.
Bang, 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 bang.
Yeah.
People things dying
Oh,
everywhere.
thank you, Jax.
It's your turn, Lance. Still.
Don't
that
forget
it?
my dagger.
I won't forget it.
All right, Kane.
All right, he's gonna press the attack on this gentleman. Gonna use a tentacle strike, which I believe is advantage because he's laying down, and should be double advantage because of elven accuracy. But let's see what happens. It did.
Points force damage. Take your tentacle right at the top of the body.
Go again.
Take another thwap. Bam! Right on top of the body. 16.
That was a good roll. Holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
That will end his turn.
Action taken here to awaken this one. And is going to take the attack of opportunity from Fluskier if they wish to take it for the bite.
Yeah. Yep. I changed tokens.
They're going to take 10 points of piercing damage. They're not knocked prone, and then they're also going to leave the threat range of you, Donlin, because you have the glaive.
Hell yeah, fuck this dude.
Smash that like button.
For fucking God, my damage
You
rolls.
take 12.
3 ones.
They're coming to the aid here, Lance. They're actually going to come here in terms of position. They're kind of grabbing at you to pull you away from the one you're currently grappling. But they use their action to awake the one on the north side from their stupor. Pip, you're up.
Okay. Donlin, you don't have Bardic still, do you? Or do you?
No.
Finally.
I know, right? So let me first try to kill this person.
By you, my man. 10. That's a miss.
Yeah, he's not very good.
I just picture that's not really a short sword. That's like actually like his bow for the whatever instrument he's using.
He's just using a
A
loop.
vi-
A
Like a
bow
violin.
for the violin. Yeah.
Yeah.
The viola. Oh man, I can see it being more like a swordcade situation where you're just like, ah.
Yeah, I need to get him a bow.
All right, they're gonna pick themselves up here, and then they're going to try a boot attack at you, Kanan. They're gonna take the high ground here, and they're going to jump at you with the boots.
Oh.
Mm.
Uh-oh. You're gonna land on top of Jax.
That's gonna be a failure. This is not magical damage, so you're gonna have the 18 to 9, but you are gonna be knocked prone. That's right. This one is going to take the action to awake the one next to them. That is going to end your concentration up hit, because there is no longer anyone that is under that effect. And they are going to rotate themselves around here. Kind of have a flank upon you, Pip. They're targeting you just a little bit based maybe on the magic they use. They have a little bit of understanding of charm magic and that sort of effects, so they are very prowess and aware of that, and they're kind of focusing you and the surround right now. There's an action to awake, so they can't attack you. They're just getting themselves into position. The one is also very wounded, so they're kind of limping as they're coming around. Donlin, you're up for the round 4.
Michael, did I get a,
Did they
did I
get
get a reaction to
opportunity?
his movement?
You have a reaction already taken, Jax. Donlin, you already had your reaction, so there is no reactions to take.
It takes
Commander's
one
strike.
on the commander
Oh my god! I always